It's been, what, 2.5 years since you wrote Chaos Scenario?
In book form.
In book form.
Like 5 or 6 years since I first wrote
the column
about it in Ad Age, yeah.
So have things changed since you've written it, I mean, or fallen apart, the way you've envisioned?
Fundamentally, the answer is yeah. It's pretty astonishing. Everything I predicted is happening or has happened. Where I misread some of the things was on the pace of change. Some things happened more rapidly than I expected. For example, the book publishing industry is right now in exactly the midst of what the record business was going through about the time I wrote the book. I didn't think that would happen so rapidly. But you know, we are having this conversation in December of 2011. In the last 6 months, the industry has turned upside down, and by this time, this time in 2012, it will look nothing like what it has for the previous 400 years. Mm-hmm. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
TV is suffering, but it's still going. It's hanging on longer than I thought. The forces that I saw at play are all moving inexorably in the direction I predicted. Certainly cable, certainly networks. Comcast is suffering on two fronts. They bought NBC Universal. Now they knew they bought a struggling business. Well, it's a completely failing business. Mm-hmm. So their underlying cable business is in trouble. The TV acquisition they made is in trouble. The content the content play they made may prove helpful to them, but they're basically sitting on not one but now two white elephants. Mm-hmm. But these people are still making money, and that's why a lot of people continue to kind of turn up their lip at me and sneer and say, well, I believe if you turn on your TV, you'll find some of the best programming you've ever seen, and that is true. I mean, we are living in a kind of a golden age of TV programming, but not for long.
I guess that leads to another thing. Is content just going to be that cheap?
There's going to be a lot of cheap content out there, some of which is just so phenomenal. I mean, it just makes you feel good to be alive. It's inspiring. But you got to find it. And so there's going to be curators who will serve the purpose of what network programming executives serve now, and newspaper editors and magazine editors and so forth. But there's no business model for it. So unless someone figures out how to monetize what is going on for free to make it somehow roughly equivalent to what we've been paying for all these years, I don't know where premium content comes from. I believe, with apologies to Gil Scott-Heron, the revolution will not be monetized.